But what was the management meet takeaway? Mangalam is joining us with the details. Mangalam.
Well, it's a tough industry currently right now, and this is the MDF industry that I'm speaking about right now. Nuvama met the management recently, and remember the BIS for MDF was deferred for a bit. So MDF Imports, which is basically one of their key products, had briefly halted in February and March, and they are now likely to return from mid-April itself. But will that cause an impact on the Indian markets? Well, turns out not so much in the very near future, because there's been a 150% spike in freight rate that could reduce the price competitiveness of foreign players itself. But by and large, this industry has been facing three big problems. One is excess capacity. Everyone's been talking about, adding MDF capacity, and all those capacities now coming on stream as well. Secondly, there's a high amount of imports coming in from Far Eastern countries and some African countries as well. And the third one is their raw material prices. Elevated timber cost also has an impact on the business. So these are all supply side issues. There is strong demand, which is expected to compound between 15 to 20% CAGR, but with so much capacity, Greenpanel Industries, along with all the others, are focusing on market share, and that may have a pressure on the margins itself. So as a result of which, Nuvama says that they are, cutting their FY24, FY25 and FY26 expectations, EPS expectations by 7, 13 and 13% respectively, and that leads them to cut their target price from 373 to 345, and as a result of which they maintain their hold rating on the stock. Remember, from the highs, we've seen a fair amount of correction for all these MDF players.
Thank you so much for that, Mangalam.